Good morning, everyone. I'm glad you're here. Thank you very much for joining me. It is Wednesday, September 25th, 2024. Hump Day. Yay. Did you get woken up by that earthquake that occurred at 2:12 a.m.? USGS said it was a magnitude 2.7, but the Kansas City Geological Group said it was a magnitude 3.1. Did you feel this earthquake? Please put your comments down below. We really enjoy reading the comments. Now, according to their website, this was in Chase County, and 2 people did send in reports to USGS Did You Feel It website. If you did feel it, please send in your report, or to EMSC, that's the European Seismological Group. Now, EMSC will post what you felt and experienced there, and that's why I like it when people go to their website and put it on there. So if this was in fact a magnitude 3.1, that would be considered either a moderate or a minor earthquake. We got 2 reports here. Intensity level 3. Now that would mean it was felt noticeably indoors, but not always recognized as an earthquake. Standing automobiles would have been rocking slightly. Many people probably thought that maybe something hit their house or there was a large truck passing by. Going to Google Earth, here's the location of that earthquake. I'll bring it out so you can see. East of this location is the Humboldt Fault. There is a lot of different faults that run through this location. It extends from Nebraska southwestwardly through most of Kansas. Kansas is not particularly earthquake prone, ranking 45th of 50 states by damage caused by earthquakes. The Humboldt Fault has had the largest earthquake in Kansas history in 1867. Manhattan. It's up over here to the north. Let me bring it right there. There was a magnitude 5.1. Now, according to the Kansas Geological Group there, they said it was a magnitude 5.5. That earthquake was felt as far as Dubuque, Iowa. Many people there in Kansas have never felt an earthquake, even though they do occur. And we'll go back down to today's earthquake. Historic records and newspaper accounts provide evidence of felt earthquakes long before monitoring equipment was available. Beginning in 2013, the state saw an increase in seismic activity, mainly in 3 south center counties along the Oklahoma state line. Using new monitoring equipment, KGS researchers determined that the uptick of earthquakes along the border were caused by the injection of the water into the ground. Fracking, you want to call it, wastewater disposal. You can see all of them in Oklahoma. There's so many of them in Oklahoma, I don't really mark them on here unless it's very significant. Yesterday I was busy putting up historic earthquakes from around the world. There wasn't really any earthquake reports to put up. There was one. I did one yesterday morning. But it is very shocking to see that actually earthquakes probably kill more people around the world than any other type of disaster. It was shocking how many people have died from different earthquakes. I was mostly working on the area of Iran. Hundreds of thousands of people there, just in that one location, have died from earthquakes. And then before that, last week I was working on, I believe it was somewhere down here by Turkey for the historical earthquakes. But up here in Iran, there was one earthquake that killed over 200,000 people. There was another earthquake that killed over 80,000 people. There's one right here. In 1641, it killed over 30,000 people. And 893 AD. The population of the world wasn't that great, but yet there was 150,000 people, they estimated, that died from that earthquake. Talk about population control, right? This is the one that had 250,000, 1721. Probably the next type of disaster that would kill so many people, I would only compare it to war, and we know we have war coming. Yeah, so I spent the day marking out all the different earthquakes there in Iran. Since the Ayatollahs took over the government, they are not really reporting any of the deaths of the recent earthquakes. They really downplay it. In one of the recent earthquakes, the Red Crescent came in and brought a bunch of tents for people. And it was like 350 loaves of bread. And there was so many cities that had been wiped out in that earthquake. I don't remember which one it was. Yeah, 350 loaves of bread for a population of thousands and thousands of people. Yeah. So you think, well, the United States, we got it so much better than those poor people there in the Middle East. But how many of you remember Hurricane Katrina, I think it was? It took, what was it? Weeks upon weeks, if not a month, to get to Louisiana and to get help to those people. But the first thing they did was go around knocking on doors, removing everyone's guns. A lot of people think, well, if there's a great disaster, FEMA will come in and help rebuild. Well, my own experience with FEMA when we had our earthquake there in Oregon, the only people that got help was businesses. Private homeowners didn't get help. And it wasn't because if they did have insurance, didn't matter. Even if you didn't have insurance, FEMA didn't help private citizens. Because of the uptick of earthquakes that started in 2013, KGS installed temporary networks of monitors. Then in 2016, they established a permanent seismic network throughout the state. Before it was set up, there was actually only 2 seismic monitors for the entire state of Kansas, and that was operated by the USGS. It was one was located in Gendar Bluff Reservoir in western Kansas, and there was another one for the Prairie Biological Station south of Manhattan. Well, we know why they put it there, because of that historically large earthquake. Since the KGS network went online in 2016, more earthquakes have been recorded in Kansas per year because the monitors are so sensitive that they can detect earthquakes lower than a magnitude 1.0. An example, in 2017, after the network was installed, the KGS monitors recorded 610 earthquakes between a magnitude 2.0 and 4.0, 610, and more than 2,000 below a magnitude 2.0. In comparison, I'm always complaining about USGS. They only reported 122 earthquakes for that year of 2017. And those were all earthquakes that were a magnitude 2.0 and a 4.0. I can't emphasize how much people need to be prepared for different types of disasters. Earthquakes, weather, tornadoes, fires, and it's not just wildland fires, but fires can start from earthquakes. Civil unrest, a disruption of our transportation system for different goods and supplies. Supposedly there's going to be a strike. Longshoremen, is it? I don't know. It's got to do with the goods that are coming into the country. There's talk about that. Maybe you know more about that. I haven't really looked into it. I am a prepper, so if they do strike, it's not going to affect me. And then we got inflation. Yeah, it's going to continue to go up. Yeah, they lowered the interest rate, but all that means is that our dollar has less spending power. So I would like to know, did you feel this earthquake? How long did it last? What was the motion like? There's no moment tensor ball on the USGS website. And even if you did send in a report to USGS that you felt it, we can't read what you experienced. And I would like to know what you experienced, and other people here in this community would like to read that too. So please put your comments down below. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you later. God bless y'all. Bye.